Well, if this was the last NXT Takeover for quite some time due to unforeseen circumstances,
So
then
are we doing all 36
yes,
takeovers tonight? Okay,
yes,
I just wanted to make sure.
marathon,
All right.
marathon.
All
This
right.
is a this is a NXT Takeover marathon review,
All
and I'm
36
here
of them.
for it. And I'm here for it.
in 36
So,
seconds.
yes, in 36 seconds. Yes,
It was a match.
literally. All right, that's all, folks. Welcome in to the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, I mean always, he means always, they mean always, you mean always, she means always, an instant classic.
Danny
Dang times.
Hi.
Ding, ding, ding.
We will see you on the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
We really need to make that longer. That is not enough hands.
Then that is what she said. But I will say, amongst that little soliloquy there, Justin beating himself the line of it was like that that ostrich on Family Guy. He goes, listen to that audience. Ha ha ha.
What's up, Swerve?
We got a shout out for Juggernaut. I'm gonna need you to edit the Swerve show and say DJ, Casey, Adam, Juggernaut. What's up? That's what I need.
Juggernaut's
Swerve.
terrible. Why would you ever say what's up to him with his crusty socks?
Yeah, I have my Mr. Sacco. You want me to get back out? I'll go get back out right now. Watch.
I'll see myself out.
NXT Takeover 36 review, and we're also going to talk about CM Punk's debut as well, and what if the possibilities of Adam Cole going to AEW when it seems like everything is pointing in that direction. But as always, this is the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an Instant Classic. Me being DJ, he being Casey, he being Adam, he being Justin. Well, him being a blank canvas right now, but him being Justin. Oh, what is about to happen?
And his companion, Mr. Sacco.
For those listening, I don't know what's about to happen right now, but Justin has left his chair and turned his camera back on. So literally anything could happen at this point.
What's going on, Cena? How you doing?
I'm just gonna play the waiting game here.
I am doing really good today, sir. Mr. Sacco has arrived.
Why is he evil?
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like Mr. Sacco was always a face. I feel like
He's
he was
evil.
always a face.
Very evil,
He was
very
always
nice.
a face. He was over.
I mean, between him and Head, they both were faces, top faces in the company.
Very, very evil, very nice.
What is everybody want? Sockhausen? Is that what that is? Sockhausen?
Sockhausen, yes.
Sacco.
Yes. Yes.
I will conquer all the feet and all the hands of the world. Very much so. Very evil.
Very nice, very evil.
But I think
I want all the money.
I feel like we should start with CM Punk's debut, just because I know it's kind of out of order in a way. But I feel like we should.
You mean CM Punkhausen?
CM Punkhausen.
Get with the program. Get with the program.
I feel like
The program, Hausen. Sorry.
I feel like we should start with that. Number one, starting Rampage with that was amazing. Starting off a pretty fun wrestling weekend, by the way. I think they had to start it that way. I've heard a lot of people say they had to start it that way. That was the best bet. And I think the way it was done was pretty perfectly. Like I didn't get to watch it live. I wasn't at my house, but I had it on my phone to see if that's how they were going to start the show. And I couldn't help but crack a smile when I saw him come out, and like just the emotions of it, him, having to be tough, but still, like, this is his hometown. He's waited for this for a long time. He didn't think there probably was points where he didn't think it was going to happen. Just that amount, like, I think was everything that encompassed CM Punk's return. I think was perfect. The crowd chanting CM Punk, cult of personality coming on. hearing CM Punk over Cult of Personality. So, I mean, my initial thoughts was just like, I can't help but smile at this. You know, like you really can. I mean, as a wrestling fan who remembers the pipe bomb, remembers all of these, even the moments that he mentioned in his promo, remembers these moments. You know, even his debut in WWE and seeing him as this kind of unique character that we hadn't really seen much of in WWE's place of work. It was just like a big awesome moment. I can't. I mean, I don't even know if I can say any more about it at the current point, just because it was just one of those things where it almost made you feel like this is why we love wrestling. And I think there was a collective. That's how everybody felt, except for, of course, the trolls and the haters, of course. But even within the wrestling community, the trolls and the haters. But at the same time, I thought it was awesome. It was one of those, and I think Casey and I have talked about this too. In the way in the past when CM Punk had first left, and it felt like he wasn't never coming back. Like, it was one of those believe it when you see it type of scenarios. And I think even for 7 years we were on a believe it when I see it type of a basis. It was the boy who cried wolf in a way, in terms of rumors, not him, but the rumors were out there and all this. But I thought it was just an awesome moment for just the wrestling community in general, and to have a genuine reaction, a genuine interaction with the crowd. I think it just made it even better. Let's go to Casey first on his thoughts on, because he seems like he's itching to.
Why would you think that? What about my demeanor right now?
Well, Adam pointed at you, and then your mouth looked like it was ready to move. So
my mouth is always ready to move. I mean, sometimes I just say words and do things with my mouth. Some we can talk about, some we can't. But don't look at me like that, Adam. We're not monetized. It's fine.
I tried, DJ. I tried.
It's like hey DJ, you want to put your podcast on TV? Yeah, I love. Oh wait, I forgot the people I'm working with. Never mind. Nope.
Oh yeah. By the way, is that gonna happen? Are we gonna be on the TVs?
Probably not.
There was just a man in this call. There's just a man in this call with a sock on his hand. We're not getting.
I mean, I've seen crazier things on a YouTube channel before.
That's not TV.
True.
There's a big difference.
There's a big stream YouTube on your TV though.
You can. You're
that
not wrong.
True.
That's very true.
But tell your boss that I promise that I'll try not to say anything bad. I'll try. I will try housing.
Oh,
but
man.
CM Punk housing.
Maybe I should have went to Adam first.
You shouldn't have, because I would have hijacked it anyway. This is my show. This is my thing. I'm still like, it's still not like real yet to me. Like, even when he came in on Dynamite, I'm like, wait, CM Punk really returned?
How'd they get that CM Punk twin out there?
After 7, what? But I mean, it got the reaction it needed. That was one of the biggest pops I've seen, like, outside of like a WrestleMania or something like that in a long time. And it was genuine emotion. It was real. Like, people love him, legitimately love him. The one guy crying in the crowd, who, by the way, has been made fun of the whole week, and even CM Punk came on, talked about it and said, if you're making fun of him, you're making fun of me. And like that's the bad part of this, is like the trolls. And if you didn't have some sort of like emotional moment for this, you're not a wrestling fan. It's just, especially if you've been around long enough and have been a fan long enough, you had some sort of emotional attachment to this. I was even saying, before this, I was like, I'm not going to care that much, blah, blah, blah. I was fucking wrong. And I think it was one of those things where you had to experience it to be like, oh, okay, this is bigger than I imagined. Because I don't think we could really grasp what we were going to feel or how it was going to be. Because I think a lot of us in the back of our minds didn't think it was going to happen. Because people have been talking about it for so many years. Oh, he's going to come back. He's going to come back. He's going to come back. And he doesn't come back. He doesn't come back. He doesn't come back. So you really did get to the point where you were like, it's probably not going to happen. It's going to be some sort of like switch or whatever, or, just to try to get people to tune into the show. Then when it happened, it's like, wait, what? What? But I mean, I'm definitely excited about it. I want to see his match with Darby. I want to see who else he faces, and I want to see how much he actually wrestles. I want to see how much he's actually going to be in ring. If it's going to be like just for pay-per-views every couple months, or is he going to actually like wrestle on Dynamite too? What's going on with this? I hope he does wrestle as much as he can. Obviously not, overdoing it, because, he is getting up there. Just saying, it's just a thing. But I want to see him wrestle as much as he wants to. So yes, John.
Yeah, I'm wondering if like maybe he'll have like a like kind of like a Brock Lesnar schedule. Like he won't be on.
No.
You don't think so?
God, no. I don't want to see him every.
Because I don't want them to like overdo him like every single week like in the ring and stuff.
He's been gone for 7 years. You can have him on every day.
But I like when he said he goes like he has the time. He has every Monday, every Wednesdays and every Fridays and 4 Saturdays out of the month. Out of the month, out of the paper, out of the year, out of the month. Yeah,
he's got every Saturday.
He got. I meant 4 pay-per-views out of the year.
Why isn't anybody here?
But whose shtick was he talking about though? Like I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know who he's talking about.
But you got to be patient.
His name is.
You got to be patient.
Not a clue.
Brian Danielson.
Who's that?
The Goat Man. The Goat. It's
never heard of him. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Never.
Daniel Bryanson.
I'm gonna get some flack for this one, but it's Brie Bella's husband.
Get out.
Just
John Cena.
Okay, that's better. That's better. Yep.
Yes. I mean, if Casey can play stupid, I can come up with stupid answers. Duh.
Hey,
I mean, you're not.
Oh, he's
wrong.
not playing. My fault. I forgot. Casey's not playing.
I am the stupid.
Yes.
Sorry, Stupidhausen.
Yes. Very stupid indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, this
Very stupid.
that segment was everything and then some. It was absolutely perfect, and like for anybody to suggest that should have been what closed the show, you're a moron. I'm just gonna say that right now. That had to be the opening segment, especially if you were gonna get those people that were watching SmackDown to draw them in and stay tuned for that opening segment. And just from the chants right before the music hit, whatever, the sound was deafening. And even then, I was like, are they gonna make these people rip up the seats and burn that place down? Because that the whole time I was waiting for the swerve of some schmo coming out, and then being like, ha ha ha, you thought we sold this place out on a rumor, and you thought it was gonna be Punk, and it wasn't, blah blah blah. But no, it was tremendous. The little stage dive into the crowd, obviously the ice cream bars. Here's another thing: when you can just sit down in the middle of the ring and the place goes ape shit, You're over. Pure and simple.
He's a
Going back to the
wrestling
whole schedule
god.
He is
really
Overhausen.
I hate you so much. Cash Wheeler. Um,
I hate
when
you,
when,
Hausen.
when we were talking about the scheduling, not a Brock Lesnar deal, but he is the first actual attraction that AEW has had. So again, feature him, let him come out, let him cut promos. And yes, I want to see him wrestle as much as possible, but also let's not have him overstay his welcome too. Let him be in special programs, the big shows. Yes, occasionally wrestle a big match. Man, Flair did that back in the day. Flair and Dusty did that back in the day with WCW.
You said you wanted him to do a Paul White feud.
No.
Yes. Yes. Hey, no BS. Okay, no BS. But no, I love this. I love this segment. I went back and watched it a couple of times, whether it had been through the episode on YouTube, if I was out and about, whatever. Just like that initial pop from the crowd is incredible. That matched Cena when he returned at Money in the Bank.
I went back and watched it too, and I was trying to figure out if all I could really hear was because that's what I felt like I was hearing when the first couple of times I watched it.
Sir, you know damn well as I do, their first attraction and only attraction is Orange Cassidy Hausen.
Can we take him off the call again?
Block
Orange Cassidy and fuck Matt Hardy.
But like, kind of finishing up my thoughts on the whole CM Punk thing, and we can talk about Adam Cole and when
you get no thoughts.
Kyle O'Reilly.
I get no thoughts. No thoughts.
You already.
No, I haven't talked.
No.
did.
DJ gets no thoughts. You have no thoughts. There's a difference.
I thought
you were.
Thoughts.
Oh no, I wasn't done.
I thought you were done talking about it because
No.
you just let Adam just hop right in. So I was like, all right, guess he's done.
No, I'm not done.
Go ahead.
But you go ahead.
I'm not done, but you go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay, I guess I'll go. You know, I watched this segment like 5 times in these past few days, dude. Like,
I didn't even get a Snapchat from Justin that said, "Oh my God, it's CM Punk," because that's what I was.
I was watching, like, when I got home. It was like maybe like at midnight. I got home and I turned it on, and I like, yo, I gotta watch it. So I watched it like so many times. Like I said, like 5 times. This was one of the best returns in the. Yeah, 5 times. Yeah, this was probably one of the best returns in the past, probably 10 years or so. You know, in all of wrestling, this is such amazing, and you know, just a crowd reaction. You know, this chant for CM Punk the whole time, and oh man, and that promo was, like you guys said, you know, it was so genuine. It was so it was amazing. You know, and then he wasn't, you know, I mean, yeah, he did speak on WWE a little bit, but you know, he wasn't going too far, too much with it, which was good. You know, he wasn't like too bitter about it. Like it was good. I loved it, and especially this week on Dynamite, it was amazing as well. And also, I had to go to AEW shop and get that Ringer T-shirt. You know, when he unzipped that jacket, I go like, oh yeah, I'm going to the AEW shop. I'm trying to get that shirt.
Real quick too. What did you guys have any thoughts on Booker T's take on CM Punk? Do y'all remember? Did y'all hear what he said?
I get what he's doing. I think I said that in the room. Like, I understand he's towing the company line, but like to me, the take was a little disingenuous because he acknowledged WWE without saying WWE.
Yeah,
but like Justin said, it was a minor slight, but then he got out of it. It said that, hey, I left professional wrestling in 2005.
In 2005,
now
yeah.
here in 2021, now
Well,
here I am.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also, you know, you think about it, he mentioned WWE without actually saying it. You have other people like Eddie Kingston who tries to attack WWE after the show, like straight up calling them out. Where like, yeah, we didn't care because it was off the air, but like, come on. And I get it, like, like Adam said, he's doing his job, he's doing, whatever, keeps him employed, blah blah blah, with WWE, but it wasn't necessary. It didn't do anything. It didn't.
What? Like, my thing is what I don't understand.
Booker
about
T's just trying to be relevant. He's irrelevant right now.
I'm sorry, DJ, you were trying to talk.
No, but my thing is, like, Booker T tries to come off as like real and like, oh, it's a shoot, when we know for a fact, sorry, Booker, or Booger, as Casey would say.
I said Booker, damn it.
Booker T is a WWE yes man right now. I'm sorry, but he is. Anything that Vince is like, hey, you can't say this, whether it's on his Reality of Wrestling, I think that's the name of his podcast, Reality of Wrestling podcast.
Reality of Wrestling,
Booker.
yes.
You're welcome, Booker. Whether it's on his podcast or in any other way, that's the thing. Like, it comes off as like, oh, I'm trying to be real. Like, I'm being upfront with everybody. But then we all know that if Vince is like, hey, Book, bash CM Punk, he's going to do it. And I get it. On one hand, that's his job. But like, Booker is one of those type of people that comes off like he's being blunt or being like, a straight shooter or something. When in actuality, we know it's like, it's a take to get people, kind of
keep the
just
conversation
riled up.
going.
Yeah.
Like Justin said, it's a take to kind of keep his relevancy up and get people to look at his podcast or whatever. So Justin, you were spot on about that. But should we jump into NXT Takeover 36?
Yes.
36 rendition of such.
All 36 of them.
One thing, and it was interesting, before we get going, NXT was on Sunday, whereas SummerSlam was on Saturday, which was interesting because NXT is normally, for the most part, on Saturday. And it kind of begged the question, because WWE is like thinking about playing with the idea of shifting how NXT is this the last takeover for a while? Is that why they wanted to kind of be the end of the weekend, the main, almost like the main attraction for the weekend? I kind of thought about that because my brother had sent me a message, and he had sent me a video or something. He was like, why? He was like, why is SummerSlam on Saturday? And I was like, NXT Takeover is on Sunday. But I was wondering, like, I think it has something to do with the way they want to change the direction of NXT. But
yeah, because I heard some rumors going around. I heard that Vince wants to make NXT like more like a not like a live crowd, but like more of a studio crowd, like more like a studio.
And my thing is,
that place where they have that place where they do the taping is pretty much that anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, and my thing is this. My thing is this. I know Casey may disagree with this, coming from the wrestling business, but like, my perspective is there's no better way to practice than the way they have it situated right now. You get a live show, you get live pay-per-views. I mean, it doesn't have to be live. You don't have to always go the live route. I get that. But like, there's no better way to practice for what you're eventually trying to get to, which is the main roster, which is live in living color and go right now, breaks and everything. There's no better way to practice than to put your friggin' behind out there. I don't think. That's just my opinion.
I don't think he got it.
I got it.
Living
Color.
Living color.
I don't think DJ
Personality. You don't get it, DJ? Yeah, you don't get things.
Even through the darkest days, this fire burns.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about that. Thank you for keying.
Kill switch engaged.
Anyway, I've heard the rumors about how Vince wants to basically set NXT back to what it originally was, which was their sort of training ground, developmental, whatever, which I'm completely fine with. I liked it a little bit better when it was more of a, developmental territory kind of a thing. They still had takeovers. It was still a good quality show. So I don't necessarily think they would need to take away the takeovers or will take away
So you're
the.
saying like not back to the point where like when Rollins was there per se, but more so like maybe when like Neville and Zayn were there.
And like
Yeah.
Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch and all
Yeah.
of them.
Give you that.
Kevin Owens.
Because I feel like if you take the show away, or if you like try to dumb it down too much, like then when people get to the main roster, they're gonna be like,
Well, and at the end of the day, the difference between kind of WWE and pro wrestling is pro wrestling, you're working the crowd. WWE, you're working the camera. You're not necessarily, yes, you're working like maybe the first 3 rows. Other than that, they're teaching you the WWE way, which is to work the camera. So you don't necessarily, need too much of, a big crowd. Obviously, you want to be able to perform in front of thousands of people, and not, shit the bed or anything. But, they're more teaching you how to wrestle the WWE way and work the camera, know where hard cam is, know where the cameras are at all times, kind of position yourself correctly when you're doing your finisher, things like that. So you're looking at the camera. So I mean, you could, if you wanted to, go to a smaller crowd still, and it would still because you're still learning how to work the camera. But that's just my thought on it. I feel like Adam had something to add.
Well, no, I heard the same rumor, but how I interpreted it was they want to go back to when it was maybe not so much the reality show thing.
Oh, no, please don't.
Want to go. I think they want to. I'm serious. I think they want to go back to that.
That's probably a Vince idea. If they do that, oh my god! No.
Of course, it's all Vince. I saw a video. Someone sent me a video of Triple H. I don't know if he was talking to students or whatever. It basically explaining, like in a vacuum, what Vince wants. Vince does not care, and I know we've touched on it a bunch of times. He doesn't care if you can wrestle. He cares if he can sell you. That's why he does it. I don't know if everybody saw the layout. He doesn't want anybody over 30. He doesn't want anybody a certain size. Or as he put it, he doesn't want midgets, which is completely disingenuous. But he wants guys back from the 90s and the 80s.
That's a lot of the roster on NXT. That's like Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole. Like that's a.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. NXT is too wrestling based for Vince. That's why he doesn't like anybody that comes up from NXT. Because in a way,
that's why he was mad that they. Yeah, that's why I think that they thought they had something that particular crowd would buy into NXT going up against AEW, because NXT for the longest time was, to me, the best wrestling show on the planet. Again, that's just my personal opinions. But now Vince got his hands on it. Now he wants the guys that are former athletes, former football players, or like whatever the case, and being able to teach them the WWE style. And Casey, like you said, it goes like you're working the camera, you're working this, you're working that, and the way Triple H viewed it was, again, Vince is not looking for wrestlers; he's looking for superstars. The wrestling takes care of itself in between, which I get it, but that needs to be flipped. The wrestling needs to be the forefront, and then working the camera needs to be the stuff in between, because that's what people are there to see. First and foremost, is wrestlers wrestling, male or female.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
and that's the
that's how
thing.
I interpret it. Is they want to go back even before 2012,
Well,
2013,
That's the
whatever it
thing too.
was.
I've heard from casual fans that like they enjoy from what I hear, they enjoy SmackDown and they enjoy NXT better because there's more of a wrestling base within it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, and I think if they do this, they're gonna keep losing the fans
Yeah.
because the fans want to see, wrestlers that they like, which are a lot of the guys who aren't, you know, Brock Lesnar's, and obviously the fans love Brock Lesnar. But that's an example. They like the guys who are like the size of Johnny Gargano. They like the guys who are a Seth Rollins, not huge, but they know how to work. They know how to work, and they're entertaining. They can keep your attention and also put on a great match, which is difficult to find with guys. There's some guys that are really good workers, but don't have the charisma, don't have the character, and then there's some guys who have the charisma, have the character that aren't that great in ring. You have a guy, you already have these guys, and yes, they're undersized for events, but that's what your fans want. That's what I don't know.
Yeah, deep down inside, I think Triple H does not want this to happen. And in Vince's mind too, I'm thinking that he does not want, and that's why to me, I understand why he mentioned the size thing. Bring people in that has not been previously had a preconceived notion to the wrestling fans out there, because again, Vince is always going to try to appeal to the casuals, but people regurgitate it when you have a Cesaro or Seth Rollins. I mean, Seth's not really the best example because he's at least had the proper push. Obviously, he could always be better, but at least has had a significant push as compared to other guys that people yelled and screamed, "Why aren't you doing anything with them?" And then 2 years later, they get future endeavor. So I think he wants somebody that has a clean slate, hasn't been seen before, and can be developed under their watch.
Well, and also like I can understand that the casual fan is in a way going to be more. What up? Is going to be more what?
Don't do that ever again. Please don't do
What?
that ever again.
AEW is great, but it doesn't suck. What? But the casual fans, yes, are going to be have their attention grabbed by these larger than life guys, these monsters and things like that. But you then have to keep their attention. These are channel flippers. You want them to stop on your show, not be like, "Oh, that guy is huge, cool. Oh, this is boring." Flip. That's not what you want. You want people to be like, "Oh, this is an interesting match. Oh, maybe I'll stop and watch this." And then the next segment keeps them, and then the next match keeps them. That's what you're looking for, and I feel like you already have the guys that can do that if you let them do what they do best.
All right. Should we jump into the
I didn't give my thoughts on it.
Oh, my fault.
We don't care.
Well,
My thoughts are relevant.
You're supposed to just butt in.
Well, I don't want to be disrespectful. I want to be respectful.
Yes,
here.
you do.
I want to be respectful. No, but
What? Justin? Respectful.
despite with all these releases happening and what the rumors going around, like you guys said, with Vince having more of a handle on NXT and stuff is a bad thing, because it would just become like another Raw or another I mean, SmackDown's a lot better, but it would just become like another main roster show where it would just get watered down and people won't want to watch it anymore. But go ahead.
But then again, like you also have to take into consideration that Vince changes his mind a lot, so this might not be necessarily set in stone. So
True. I mean, people are losing their shit over this and stuff. Like, I mean, we just gotta kind of like wait and see a little bit, wait and see, kind of see how this plays out.
All they need is Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. That's what I'm saying.
And then I would flip the channel. So
By the way, shout out to everybody who came by so far as well. The Swerve Show, check him out. I can't say this.
Don't. Who is this guy?
Help me out, Justin.
I don't even know. I
Search
don't know where it's.
Search one.
Search one.
Search one.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be that.
Shout out to him as well if you're watching the show. If you're
sorry if
listening,
we botched her name.
go back to the video and check him out. So Real Take Sports. What's up? Appreciate y'all for coming by. Just about to get into the review. So you just got into the thick of it. Before this, we talked a little bit more about CM Punk's debut/return, and also kind of the direction of NXT possibly, and what we think of it, just in case.
Yeah, but like I said, if they want to like make it go back to like before like make it developmental, what does that mean for like the TV deal? Being on the USA Network. Would it be exclusively?
I don't see them going back that far though, Justin.
You don't think they would do that?
No, I don't think they're gonna go back to like it's in its own little kind of cubby hole.
You don't think it would just go like on the Peacock? Like
I think they're making money off of it, so I don't see that happening.
Yeah,
and also
because once they start making money off of it, I mean we've seen with the 3rd hour Raw, they ain't gonna pull it. No matter how bad it is.
They don't promote NXT as much. Like they promote more of like the main roster, like with WWE, like Monday Night Raw and like SmackDown. But like I feel like why some people don't tune into NXT is because like they don't promote it as much. And I feel like they used to a lot. Like back in 2019, back when they were beating AEW, back when like it was around Survivor Series and stuff. They had some great television going on, okay? And then after that, they kind of like fizzled out a little bit. Like they quit NXT. I mean, they were still putting on good TV, but it wasn't like anything like great ratings. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know, but we'll see what happens with NXT though. Hopefully, I want it to kind of stay the same how it is now. I mean, I want them to grow and be basically like what it is now. And keep the takeovers as well.
We talked about it before too. For some reason, WWE and wrestling don't necessarily go together. But at the same time, it seems like when they take something from a network exclusive or a Peacock exclusive and they put it on TV, they like to like alter it and change it and make it into this TV ready product. When there's certain things that yes, you need a doctor to be ready for TV, but there's other things. And I when they first went with this USA deal, I thought the whole thing was let's test this thing out and see if this draws. I mean, I don't think it's never going to draw more than Raw, but let's see if this can draw some numbers because it's a different feel than what our weekly show is. That's what I thought they were going to do.
Put it in a bigger arena. Put it in like a big arena as as big as Raw, and we'll see. How much better the crowd is. Also, how more invested they are in the show. Like,
I don't want it in a bigger arena. I like
no. This is have them compete against Monday Night Raw, and like this is what's more interesting, Raw or NXT.
I mean, once they started getting more pull when they were really really hot. I almost, and I mean like in 15, 16, and 17, I almost wish they would have ventured out again. But you could, I don't even care if you call it, a television special. Just every once in a while, go to, and again, it doesn't have to be a 20,000 seat arena, whatever. But just something bigger, because after a while, seeing the same thing gets a little stale. But again, just kind of have an ebb and flow with it.
A bigger arenas than Raw. I can fit more people in my house. Yeah.
You're right.
You're right about that.
Let's jump into the review, starting with. I'm gonna skip the pre-show match. Cameron Grimes versus LA Knight for the.
What if I want to talk about the pre-show match?
Well, go ahead.
You don't,
because I'm sure you watched it.
No, you don't.
I can guarantee you watched it.
Wait, there was a pre-show match with who was it again?
What was the pre-show match?
Oh yeah, you didn't watch
Rich
it.
Holland
Okay.
and Tyler. What's his name? Trey Baxter, aka Blake Christian.
Hey, appreciate that.
What's up, All My Sierra 21?
I mean,
I hope you left that like on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast channel and not the Juggernaut 09, whatever we call it, show. Irrelevant.
I kind of like Blake Christian.
Also, though, wasn't the breakout tournament? Did they? I guess they changed it. The breakout tournament finals was supposed to be on this show, if I'm not mistaken, right?
No, it wasn't.
Originally, no, I'm talking about originally. They had said it. They said it.
I don't know, and I don't care because the wrong guy that won it.
That's true.
The wrong guy.
The wrong guy won.
Won.
I follow.
Wait.
Hey, put some
Which
respect
one?
on Carmelo. Carmelo Hayes.
Speaking of spec,
And I will not.
spec.
Odyssey Jones, mother.
Yeah, true.
I like Carmelo. Carmelo's pretty good. I like
the
that
only-
promo. Go ahead.
The only 400-pound man on 205 Live should have won that dang on tournament. I'm just saying.
Carmelo Hayes. That was a good pick. That was my pick to win this whole tournament. And,
I wish the tournament was a special.
Facts.
we need another Cruiserweight Classic.
We've been wanting that for like 7 years.
I mean, we got 2 Mae Young Classics. Or, 2 Mae Young specials.
We got 2 of everything else.
And then we had 2 Dusty Rhodes. RP Dusty.
We had more than 2 Dusty Roads.
Oh, maybe it was 3. It was a 3 or 4.
We've had more. We've had
At
more.
least 4.
At least 4, yeah.
But shout out to the spec.
We're gonna have the Noah. We're gonna have the
By the way.
Noah's Ark of. We're gonna have the Noah's Ark of gimmick matches or gimmick tournaments.
But
Except for the one that we really want.
I could have swore they said that that was supposed to be on Takeover 30.
It could have been. I don't remember.
I don't either, but I could have swore they did say that and then changed it. But anyway, $1 Million Championship, LA Knight versus Cameron Grimes. Excellence. But since Adam is clapping, to Adam first.
No, love this match. Perfect match to start off the show. I will say I understand the little tie-in with him and Ted DiBiase. I don't like Grimes' outfit. I will say that. Like the sparkles, it's too much. But anyway. But no, fun match. The crowd was super into this whole storyline thing, even though if it's a little outdated and silly, I enjoyed it. And how about the crowd when DiBiase at his age can still throw a punch, and they exploded when he slapped on the $1 Million Dream. Loved the match, loved the finish. This was a perfect way to start.
Let's slide to Justin.
Yeah, I thought this was a pretty decent opener. Both guys have some really good chemistry in the ring with each other. I even like the kind of like the shenanigans like with Ted DiBiase, there at the end, throwing in the title there. I think it was definitely right to have Cameron Grimes win this match here because we did not need to see Ted DiBiase as a butler. We didn't need to see him as a butler, but no, this was good stuff.
He does look like Trevor Lee. He does look like Trevor Lee.
Who is this Trevor Lee you speak of? Who's this Trevor Lee guy?
I think
I
we
don't
need
think
the
he
cult
went
of.
straight to the moon.
I think
Straight to the moon.
I think we need a cult of Cameron, perhaps.
No, but it was a solid match. It was a good way to start off the show.
You SOB, you.
Did you think about that? Are you sure?
I think he did.
Yeah, because
Cult.
remember he had the cult of Lee when he was.
Would it be a big one? Would it be a big cult of Cameron?
This man's.
I feel like if he did have a cult though, they'd probably lose a lot because it's a cult. But anyway, Casey.
I think.
Oh, I see what he made a reference there. Okay, yeah.
I think he needs a stable, and we're gonna call it the Cult of Cameron's Knights. Like Knights of the Round Table, Why are you face palming? I don't understand. It's a perfect name. The Cult of Cameron. Change his switch the names. Change his last name tonight.
Cameron
Like
Knight.
right now?
Of
Like right now?
Cameron Knight. The
Like
Cult
you want to change his name?
I want to change his name right tonight so we can start the Cult
You want
of
to change
Cameron.
it tonight? You want to change it tonight?
Listen, I don't think you understand.
This is literally all of Casey's thoughts, by the way, just so y'all know. He's
Yeah,
not
Casey's
going to say
thoughts don't
anything about
matter.
the match.
The
'cause he
Cult.
knows.
Anyway,
Thank you for the-
Exactly.
Thank
Exactly.
you. Kick him off.
Exactly.
Kick him off. Kick him off. Kick him off. There you go.
Hey DJ, by the way, the Ravens
I
suck.
own this stage, motherfucker. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the Cult of
Your
Cameron
idea
Knight.
that'll sell dozens of tickets.
It'll
Wait,
imagine
tonight
the
or
shirt.
tonight?
Tonight or two.
Yes. But anyway, I love this match. I thought this match was fantastic. I've loved this feud. These two are two of my favorite gimmicks, characters, whatever you want to say, in NXT right now. I've loved Cameron Grimes ever since he was Trevor Lee. I remember DJ and I watching TNA, and the first time we actually got to hear him talk, we were like, why don't they give this man the microphone every single show? He is so good. He is so entertaining. And then you have LA Knight, who just give that man a mic. He doesn't even have to
Yeah.
wrestle, just promos. And I
Dummy.
would be
Yeah.
thoroughly entertained. But and yeah, I get the whole he's just the Rock, blah blah blah. Well, shut up. He is just the Rock, but I love it. But great match. It went over the right way. The finish was good. The $1 Million Dream was beautiful. I definitely want to see where they go with this from this point.
Yeah.
Also, this past week on NXT was kind of funny, where when $1 Million Man was leaving and he gave Cameron Grimes the replica title. Like he was like, I can't take this title, and then
Yeah.
and then $1 Million Man just
Yeah.
gives him the replica.
Interesting way to write.
But I can't wait for the Cult of Cameron Knight.
It's gonna happen.
I can.
Not. It's not gonna happen.
For me, I thought this match was a good opener too, and I think I almost said Trevor Lee. I think Cameron Grimes. Oh, this Trevor Lee referencing. I feel like Cameron Grimes is always a good way to start the show, just because he's freaking great.
That damn DiBiase.
Some of the things that he does, it's just ridiculous. You're like, how the heck did he do that? How? Explain. I still don't understand the freaking. I don't even know what it is. He flips in the air and does the flippy thing. Anyway, he does the flippy.
It's kind of like a flipping, kind of like a. I don't even know what you call it.
I don't know what it is, but
Wait a
every time I
minute.
watch it, I'm like, how the heck?
The flippity dippity?
No, not
That's
that.
actually-
That's
That's the
Casey's
official
thing.
name. That's actually the official name.
Hey,
Cameron
you
texted me this
need to
morning.
call Cameron Grimes up and say, hey, that flippity thing you do, like it kind of like, I don't even know.
I like the
don't even know
flippity you do, but you got to add a little dippity to it.
what- I like the flippity you do.
And if you
But,
need a manager,
Oh yeah.
No. We don't need you as a manager. I already see.
I want to be on commentary for every one of his matches. And he hits the flippity dippity. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you guys said it right. This match was awesome. Like Adam said earlier, I think with Ted DiBiase hitting the punch, everybody went wild. That was cool. It was just a good way to start the show.
Oh, here we go. Yes, we got it right here. Moonsault fall away slam.
There we go.
No,
There
it's
we
the
go.
flippity dippity.
Formerly
Oh, yeah.
known as.
Don't listen to this man. Don't listen to him.
NXT Women's Championship match. Dakota Kai versus Raquel Gonzalez. One of my favorite feuds throughout this show, just because I like them both. I've loved Dakota Kai since she had the little things. She's so cute. Anyway,
Please go back to that.
She does. But like, can you really cheer for Dakota Kai when she looks that cute? I don't think you can. Or boo Dakota Kai.
Casey, you're a flippity dippity.
You definitely can cheer.
Yo,
for her.
flippity dippity.
But,
yeah.
But I like this feud because it's old school. You know, like it's like one of those, like, it's a very simple feud, but at the same time, the way that it's done just still keeps you invested. I like the story of Dakota Kai feeling overlooked because she made Raquel Gonzalez, because in a way she kind of did, right? She kind of like did pluck her out of obscurity and all that. But at the same time, you like Raquel Gonzalez. So you're like, but Raquel's always been good. I thought this match was really good. They know each other really well. I think there was like the double foot stomp that Dakota just missed off the top. But other than that, I thought it was good. I thought it was excellent, and you know, they did a good job too of having that kind of like Dakota knows Raquel well enough to beat her. Because we always talk about, like, you know, in a real fight, who's going to win? Well, obviously Raquel's going to win, but the chemistry between them two, the relationship that they had before, makes you believe, okay, Dakota could have her number because Dakota knows everything that Raquel does. Dakota made Raquel Gonzalez, so if she made her, then she's got to know like every little, you know, nuance. I thought this was excellent. You know, a very, very good match. And I really felt like it could go either way, which I feel like sometimes you don't always get. And there was a lot of matches like this tonight where it felt like this could go either way. And I think this was one of them. Very excellent. I felt like. Casey, what was your thoughts on the NXT Women's Championship match?
Well, I'm getting great. Now we're not monetized anymore. All because
we were never monetized.
All because of Justin. Love the match. Yeah.
Did we just read the comments in our heads?
Well, my thing is, if we're gonna read the comments in our heads, you might as well just read it out loud.
Yeah, DJ, let's read it out loud.
Love them.
Well, you're the host of this damn
The
thing.
people
Read it
listening
out
are probably
loud.
like, why are they mumbling something?
Well, okay, look. Yeah, love the match, but I feel like Dakota should have won because no one else did. Who else does Raquel left at the conquer? Feel like they missed an opportunity to have Raquel lose, not to look weak and get someone else over. I mean, look, I know we'll think about getting people over. So.
Hey, Adam, you're the comment guy. That's what you're the comment guy.
He's gonna read it in a different voice.
Well, I think Raquel should have won.
Do.
If you move.
Dear God, don't get me started. Next comment that comes up, that's coming back.
You're going to be Michael PSAs next time. Yeah.
No,
Anyway.
it's going to be Thunderbolt Patterson.
It's always going to be Thunderbolt Patterson. We need to get him to somehow do an intro for us. This needs to happen. Listen, this is a anyway.
Here you go. Here's the next comment to read.
Read it.
If you move with a 10 out of 10 for him, if you move, I'm full up to here. He didn't say all that. It just says 10 out of 10 for Adam.
That should have been a negative out of 10. That should have been negative, but beside the point.
Oh, people who are just listening are like, what the hell is going on right now? But anyway, so I believe I was talking to Adam while I was watching this match because I had it on mute and I was doing what DJ always used to do is kind of pay attention more to the match than commentary.
Now, I will say, on mute is far better than anything the Thunderdome ever put out there. Just saying.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's just true. But I felt like I kept catching like a lot of, I don't want to necessarily say botches, but like there were times where it looked like Raquel was struggling to lift Dakota, and she's like half her size, and I was like, well, how, do you need to like what? I get, with sweat and everything, you can slip, but it actually looked like she was struggling to lift her up at times, and I was like, that's not believable. I want to feel like you're this monster and that could, lift her up, and you theoretically should be able to lift her up with no problem. So that kind of took me out of it a little bit, but all in all, it was a good match. I think they definitely have chemistry together. I like the feud and everything. It was a good match. It wasn't one of my favorites of the night, but I wouldn't say it was bad or anything.
Adam, you want to go talk about this match?
I guess so. No, and to echo off what Casey was saying, and I could see what about for me in watching it, because after you brought it up, I went back and watched it again. I see what he was saying, but like to me, even then, they felt like botches. It felt like a legit struggle. Not so much the not being able to lift up that. Yes, that was like, no, don't. You're like 8 inches taller than she is, and like however much more you weigh than her. Like come on, don't act like it's a struggle to pick her up. But some of the other stuff, I was like, it felt like a legit struggle where it didn't look clean. It felt like a fight. Them trying to win. But overall, yes, there are some sloppy spots, but I mean, I can let that pass. And the other thing too, like I think, especially visually, I think the roles need to be reversed. Like I think Raquel should have, bitch slapped Dakota and said, like, you've been riding my coattails forever. I'm the one, and I'm the reason why you're anything in this, and blah blah blah. I won the title without needing you. That whole ordeal, because I think Dakota's a better babyface than a heel. She's an excellent heel, but she's way too likable.
Yeah, see, I couldn't figure out who the heel
and her style.
I couldn't figure out who the heel and the face was in this match here, because they both feel like they were both heels here. So I couldn't.
Well, I mean, Raquel's the old school, the big, Amazon build. She has that vibe, but I'm not saying she's a bad babyface. It's just like, for me, I would have the roles reversed and have Dakota be the underdog, like she was, a couple years ago. But I mean, overall, enjoyable match. I'm glad Raquel went over. Who's the girl from NXT UK that came
Kaylee
out?
Ray?
Kaylee Ray. Thank you.
Ray.
That could lead to some good matches. But like to the one commenter earlier, like who you need somebody that has to be a credible threat to her. I'm not saying Kayla's not it, whatever though, but it needs someone that is of close stature to her.
And speaking of, well, actually, I'll wait when we talk about that UK match later here. But do you have any more stuff to talk about with that match?
Yeah, that's it.
I feel like this feud kind of reminded me of like Diesel and like Shawn Michaels a little bit. Like them turning on each other and stuff. This is what this feud kind of felt like. Like it was gonna be a good match, but Dakota Kai, she wasn't gonna come out with the win here. It's gonna be close, but like no cigar here. And it was a good match. I mean, but I did see some botches in this match, but there's always something that goes wrong in a match. Every once in a while. But I mean, it was an alright match. I like the powerbomb from the top rope. That 1-arm powerbomb. That was pretty nice. And I felt like it was right to have Raquel Gonzalez retain the title. So, I mean, but it wasn't the best women's match we've seen like in these past like takeovers, but it was a good match nonetheless. Less than none, as Casey would say.
Everybody give your thoughts, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dragunov versus Ilya. Dragunov versus Walter for the UK title.
There you go. Adam, here's another comment.
If you move, this was 1,000 times better than Diesel versus Michaels. I am full up to here, not in the past, but in the recently.
But yeah,
That was a
Dra-
comment, by the way.
Dragunov versus Walter was amazing. It was physical. The story of it was awesome because the story of it, the way I felt when I watched it was I was like, oh, this is just going to be like the first one, and not in a bad way. It was just like this going to be, it's kind of going to be like the first one. They know each other. They've seen each other before, and Walter's just gonna pull out the win. And then out of nowhere, here comes Dragunov, just fight.
Hot take.
Fight.
This was match of the year.
That's a good take. I don't know if that's a hot take. It's a good take.
You're talking about this match, the NXT UK match, right? Not the last match, that NXT UK match.
It's a good take.
Yeah.
Real quick, let's hop to Adam real quick because I think he's probably got to go back anyway. So we're gonna have to add him and
not necessarily. Not
okay.
necessarily.
So make sure.
Yeah. This was professional wrestling. Two guys in a contest fighting for something. But first and foremost, I feel so bad for Elias' chest and neck. That thing was bruised, pillar to post. Even like I said, even his neck was just absolutely just spewing red off the screen. It was insane. But and again, even though at Elias' size, in his condition, he comes off like a scrappy fighter. Like you can believe that he can hang with Walter. But again, just everything with Walter. This is why to me, like, he's top 5 in the world. Is that he doesn't have a chiseled physique, but he wrestles like he looks. Where just one clubbing blow will slow you down. But he sprinkles in like the splash off the top, and it's not the prettiest thing in the world, and it shouldn't. But it's effective. But like and I was saying this before we hit record. I was talking with Casey. Like, that is my favorite clip, my favorite view of 2021 was at the end of the match. He definitively beats Walter, 1 foot on Walter's chest, and holds up the title. Yeah, like that was taking the guy to the limit and claiming your trophy. I could talk about this match for a whole episode. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I agree. This match was. I think Real Take Sports had said it perfectly. This match is probably match of the year. Like, and I hate, like, what hurt me so bad about Walter losing this match was like that he didn't get to enter the Royal Rumble and kind of just be NXT UK's representative for the Royal Rumble. Doesn't mean he's got to go up to the main roster.
Well, let me just real quick. Let me just say this. Like, going into this match for a while, like, this is going to be a really good match, but I think Walter's going to win, and that's fine. As we got closer to the show, I'm like, you know what? No, I really want Ilya to win. I don't know what, but I think it's time. It's particularly how well he did the first time. Him getting even more over as time's gone on. He is exactly what a modern day babyface should be.
Right. Well, and I felt like too the thing that frustrated me so bad about Walter never entering the Rumble as the UK champion is like showing kind of the modern day wrestling fan that it's okay to have a long title run. Like, to have somebody enter the Rumble and just be like, this dude's been champion for 800 freaking days.
And maybe the reason why his title reign was so long because it's due to the pandemic as well, because they quit running shows there for a while.
I think it was just because he was a good champion. Like, Walter is one of those guys who believably you're really like.
But then again, they had matches, they started running shows again back in October.
And I don't think Walter's run ever got stale. It was one of those runs of dominance where you were like interested the whole time.
Well,
the dude's been champion for 800 days. I wanted him to win this match.
Well, first of all, thanks for ruining it, Justin. Trying to keep kayfabe alive, you jerk. But no, from what I've heard, that is part of the reason why he was champion because of the pandemic. Either he couldn't travel from the UK to the US or didn't want to, or
Yeah, he still he didn't even want to come to the U.S. Also,
one of those reasons. So that's part of why he was champion for so long. But I loved the story in this match. I loved I love when there's just a simple story of we're fighting for a title, like old school pro wrestling, fighting for a title. And there was the story of Dragunov being a scrappy fighter, being tough as nails. He's not going to back down from anybody. Certainly not going to back down from Walter. And then you had the kind of and I don't even want to say it was an upset because to me it really wasn't an upset. This could have gone either way, especially with the match that they had before. This could absolutely have gone either way. I am glad that Ilya won, just because yes, we did prove that you could have a long title run with the help of a pandemic. But anyway, but at the same time, I do think if you had him have the title much longer, it would have gotten stale and the fans would have kind of started to get bored with it. Because fans do want to see, a challenger finally be able to win the title, especially when it's a long run like that and you finally, win the title from the guy who's been champion for like 2 years. That I think this was the perfect. I kind of wish they waited a little bit longer until it was, I think it would have been 3 years, 2 or 3 years in a couple months. I wish they had waited until then to make it even bigger, but I think this was a good time to have Walter drop the belt and give it to Ilya.
And I think it was a good time because it was Ilya. Like, I feel like,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, if it would have been anybody else, it would have been okay. But like, because Ilya has hung in there with him before, like, I even felt like Walter almost felt different this night for some reason. Like his demeanor was different. He didn't look as confident. He didn't look as dominant as in the match he did. But like even his entrance was off to me for some reason. I don't know if it was, I don't know. Like it could have been just the storytelling of it. Like Ilya kind of did hang in with me last time. I'm finally back in the States, and then I'm not in my comfort zone anymore. Could have been a lot of those things, but I think the story of it was told excellent. Like it was amazing. Like I said, I feel like if it was anybody else, it probably would have. I don't think it would have worked like it did with Ilya because
I don't think anyone else. I don't think anyone else believably could have beaten Walter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Moving forward into the.
I haven't talked about this. I haven't talked about this match.
We've been over this. We don't care.
Don't care about my thoughts. No, this was like Real Take Sports said. This was probably match of the year, like so far. This was a great match. Very British style wrestling. Hard hitting. Like the chops that Walter does in this match. Oh man, and Casey brought up a good point. With Walter not wanting to come wrestle over here in the United States. And by the way, also I went 100% with my predictions, which is pretty good here. Not.
Did you win anything?
No, I didn't. But hey,
You want a cookie?
I do actually. You got any?
No.
But no.
I would just make it clear that he didn't want to because of the pandemic, not because he doesn't want to wrestle.
No, but he said that he didn't want to come wrestle in the United States before.
Because of the pandemic. Anyway.
But no, this was a really good match here. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, it was the right time to take the title off of Walter here. And and I kind of have to bring up a point here, like bring up this question. So with all these cuts coming around with regular NXT, what if they do some cuts to NXT UK? Because I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing that.
Now that I think about it, and I hate to admit that Justin's ever right because it's painful physically to me, but He may have been right. He may have actually said he doesn't want to come over to the States.
And
Just
he doesn't.
period.
And
Which
he doesn't
doesn't
want to go to the main roster as well.
which doesn't make sense because why would you sign a contract with a company that is predominantly in the United States if you what?
You
The
don't know his
money.
life.
I don't know.
I know
Well,
everything about him. I
I
know his
wouldn't be-
favorite color. I know his favorite food.
What's his last name?
He doesn't have one.
It's Walter. Walter.
He's like Bono.
But no, I wouldn't be surprised if Walter asks for his release in the future here, because like, say if he does go back over to the UK or something, like I don't know, maybe that's the reason why, because maybe Ilya or I can't even something Dragunov, say he wants to perform here more in
It's
the United
Ilya.
States. Ilya Dragunov wants to perform here in the United States more.
It's
know?
Han.
Walter. Walter.
But tell me you didn't just Google that.
No, I knew it. I just didn't want to tell you guys.
Yeah, but
And Real Take Sports said he signed with NXT UK. Okay.
The 2 out of 3 falls match with Kyle O'Reilly, like almost like the grudge match of sorts. Yes.
Hold on. One of his past ring names was Big Daddy Walter. Why is that not his current ring name?
What?
Because remember, this is WWE now. He would be the reincarnation of Big Daddy V.
No,
No.
no.
I gotta say it's because it's bothering me. Love Ilya Dragunov, but he's not better than Kenny Omega.
I just
Get out of here.
Kenny Omega performed a certain position in the ring with his manager on national television.
Kenny Omega said he doesn't understand what professional wrestling training is.
This is a man that wrestled a 9-year-old girl and wrestled a sex doll.
I hate to say this.
R.B. King Mabel.
I hate to say this, but let's be honest. Josh Alexander is better than Kenny Omega. Just saying. Anyway.
I mean,
Roman Reigns.
Anyway.
Better heel.
The 2 out of 3 falls match with Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole was, I think, just as it was expected to be.
And it was over.
It was only over because of those freaking ridiculous fans at AEW. Anyway.
Oof.
Anyway. Thank you, Justin, for reading these comments.
We wanted to read them out loud, so.
This match was a match. That's all. No. This match was awesome. I have no more left in me after all of this. No, but this match was awesome, for real though. Each individual aspect of the 2 out of 3 falls was really good. Kyle O'Reilly like sneaking in the pin on the first fall. Adam Cole just destroying Kyle O'Reilly for the second fall, and then the just ridiculousness of the last fall while Kyle O'Reilly was handcuffed was amazing. I was wondering what they were gonna do with the cage because, and I know they didn't show it all night, but I always find it weird sometimes when they're like, it's 2 out of 3 falls, but the last fall is a cage match, and then they lower the cage because they already had it set up. On one hand, yes, I understand, have it set up just in case. But on the other hand, how is that cage just automatically set up? How do you know it's going to go to 3 falls? Anyway.
I mean, you know it's going to go 3 falls. You know it.
But this was
Knowing
this was
WWE.
Awesome. This was awesome. I hate that it's probably Adam Cole's last night.
All because he can't keep his Twitch channel if he goes to the main roster.
Terrible. It's highly unfortunate. I like AEW, but this is tragic. I have no other thoughts on the situation. It's just trash. Let's go to Justin first, since I keep forgetting him somehow.
Yeah, you're terrible, DJ. You keep forgetting me. No, this was an amazing match. I mean, this is kind of like one of your typical, 2 out of 3 falls match, because you knew that they were gonna go, one guy was gonna win the first fall, and then, next guy was gonna win the, the second fall. They're gonna split it and then go to that third fall. That's usually how it goes here in WWE. But no, this was an awesome match. This was kind of like the end the feud here, and no matter what, it was, no matter, if Adam Cole is leaving NXT, and going to AEW or, going to the main roster, whatever he's doing. It was right that Kyle O'Reilly won here, because they need to, make him a legit, up to like a main eventer. I mean, he's already a main eventer and stuff, but make him more believable and stuff. I mean,
He needs a nickname, like main event Kyle O'Reilly.
Cool Kyle. I don't like that Cool Kyle. Main event Kyle O'Reilly. Yes, that's his new nickname. No, but this was an awesome match here. And I think that was right to have Kyle O'Reilly win the first fall here, because he said, because that match they had at Great American Bash, it was a one-on-one match. He says, hey, he didn't get to beat him in a regular one-on-one match. So he went to the, and it ended like DJ loved the finish that first fall there, a typical roll-up there. And then the second match was street fight, which that was pretty good stuff. I like that. Kyle O'Reilly was getting his ribs worked on a lot during this match. There was this one spot where Adam Cole, he had these 2 chairs set up, and Kyle O'Reilly got thrown into the chairs. That was a nice spot during the match. I also like when Adam Cole got thrown off the stage into the cage there. That was pretty cool. But no, this was fun here. But Adam Cole got that second fall there. And of course the third fall was, with Kyle O'Reilly winning, which I think it was pretty cool. It kind of came out of like unexpected with him using that submission while still in the handcuffs. I thought that was a pretty cool way to end the match there. Like, it came unexpected to me. I didn't expect him to end the match that way. But no, it was good stuff here. It was good. I enjoyed the match. And the red guy went over here.
All right, Adam.
To me, Kyle going over pretty much even further solidifies that Cole is leaving. Had they, because I think that was kind of the internal thought of, I mean, granted, it was a coin flip on who was going to go over, because I think internally a lot of people thought that Kyle was going to be going over with all the rumors about Adam Cole and all that stuff, but I think that they would have thrown a swerve and say that and have Cole go over. I thought would like, okay, then this is his ticket to the main roster. And granted, I get it. A lot of your buddies are over there. I mean, your wife, girlfriend, whatever she is, Britt Baker's over there. Totally understand it. This is on WWE if he does leave. But anyway, but no, overall, no, the match was excellent. I do like the fluky first fall, but a lot of times I don't care for the roll-ups, but for the story, it is what it is. And then, yeah, I love the finish when it got to the cage, where Cole thinks that he's got him compromised, and O'Reilly locks in that knee bar in a compromising position. And he still gets him to tap. I thought it was tremendous, and I think now this kind of solidifies O'Reilly as a true main eventer, and I think it should be your next NXT champ.
Beat Samoa Joe for the title?
Yes.
Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it. I mean, yeah, we just spoiled the main event there for you.
Casey.
My boy went over, and Adam Cole is not going to AEW. I just want to say that because every fan ever is like, he's going to go to AEW. And I'm getting really sick of that. I'm legitimately getting tired of people leaving WWE or any promotion ever and wrestling fans automatically going, oh, he's gonna go to AEW, blah blah blah.
He's going to Ring of
Shut up,
Honor.
Meltzer.
Like, stop! Not everyone is or can go to AEW. There's only so much room on a roster. But again, we knew this was going to be a great match. Anytime you put Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole in a match, you're gonna get a good match. I guess we'll see what happens with Adam Cole, where he does end up, because I'm sure any number of wrestling companies is trying to get him right now, and I'm sure we know where he's going to end up. But I do hope that this kind of is the stepping stone for Kyle O'Reilly to hopefully be the next NXT champion. Again, I don't necessarily want him to go to the main roster after that because they won't use him well, but we'll see, what happens. He may not want to go to the main roster. There's a lot of guys who don't want to go to the main roster. But I guess we will see.
If he does go to the main roster, I would say put him on SmackDown if he does go to the main roster. It'd be awesome to have Finn Balor, AJ Styles.
Real quick before you say that, before he leaves, what would be really awesome if we did a collaboration with Real Take Sports. I'm just saying, just saying.
I already did a collaboration with him before.
Collaboration.
We ain't talking about you.
We ain't talking about the stupid Juggernaut show.
We talking about the McJugger Nuggets, McTen-piece Nugget show. We ain't talking about that.
By the way, he's a big Ravens fan. That's what I was talking about a long time ago.
He must be on. He must be.
Wait, real quick, just real sidebar. I don't know if you gentlemen have seen. I know I told Casey, but Pat McAfee has COVID.
Yeah, I saw that. I was reading that on Twitter.
So he's gonna be out for a while. It must suck to suck.
That's. I think you're about to say that.
The main event, NXT Championship match, Karrion Kross, Samoa Joe. Why? I'm not even mad that Joe won. I'm mad that they stripped Karrion Kross's entrance in front of his freaking.
Also, where was Scarlett? Where was Scarlett at?
And the fans let him know about it.
Hardy.
They were chanting Hardy like
Hardy,
that.
yes.
Disrespect.
Like, and I'm not even mad. Like, you shouldn't have booked him that way on the main roster, dummies.
Nope.
Like, it just doesn't.
It doesn't make sense.
Apparently, Vince wants to resurrect the Demolition, and he's both Axe and Smash.
Yes, and that's terrible too. It's just we talked about it before. You take a great entrance, a pretty darn good character, you strip it all down, and make it just.
Like he doesn't even work indie. He works like what Vince would like. He's a big, jacked up dude, vicious as can be. Why do you have to gimmick up a gimmick?
And then Vince knows how to screw up another gimmick right here.
Yeah.
Well, pal. He almost reminds me of Axe and Smash back in the day.
And that was the thing.
Put him in this helmet.
That was the thing about this match because of the booking on the main roster, and it literally took one loss. It took one loss for me to be like, well, Joe's obviously winning this match. It would have been different if Karrion Kross came into the main roster and just dominated everybody. And like they kind of kept the momentum going from what he's done before.
Wait a minute. Nope. DJ, are you saying that wins and losses actually matter?
What?
It just
that's my whole thing.
I'm not saying it took me out of the match, but in a way it took me out of the match.
Well, no, it's just because you already felt the outcome. The way that they were pushing Joe with this whole, he was just going to be the enforcer, like, I'm not going to touch anybody unless provoked, blah, blah, blah. Then he gets provoked back into the ring. And then in between that time, you have Karrion Kross lose to Jeff Hardy in 90 seconds on a roll-up. And not
DJ
even
loved
the fruit
that.
roll-up. Not even on the good kind of roll-up.
You know, I like them gushers better. You know, gushers better than fruit roll-ups.
DJ loved
Because
it.
beforehand you were using them socks.
Oh, by the way, DJ, are you excited that Chavo got a job?
No. Anyway,
Chavito.
especially not with Andrade. Anyway, yeah. This frustrated me. This just.
Oi, Chavo.
Roll up, Chavo.
I wasn't a fan here. But
Uno, dos, tres, Chavo.
anybody else got any thoughts?
Chase.
4, 5, 6. So don't do that.
For those who are unaware, DJ hates Chavo Guerrero because he rolled him up in a video game one time.
Why?
Because he rolled him up in a video game one time.
Chavo is amazing.
Because
never forgive
DJ sucks at WWE 2K.
I never forgive him. I lost my title doing it. Anybody got any thoughts?
Were you playing on easy mode? Like, were you on the easiest mode? And you still got rolled up?
Yeah.
You weren't even playing on Legendary? I mean, Legendary is pretty easy to play on.
All you had to do was button.
I cheat, I steal.
All you had to do was
cheat,
button
I
smash.
steal.
It wasn't the button smashing kind. It was the freaking meter.
So you were just
The one
flipping
where
the
you can
joystick and
reverse?
hitting a bunch of buttons like Eddie Gordon.
Oh, the leverage, like you can switch it to a leverage pin. that one. Yeah, so you just have to get to that blue bar and then.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
It ain't that hard. Come on, that's what she said.
I was waiting for you to say, "I got beat by Eugene."
I
I
feel like
got
we
beat by Michael Tarver.
I feel like we don't have anything to say about this match.
Bathroom time. Okay.
No, we do. It was a great match. Right guy went over. Vince is killing Karrion Kross before our very eyes. The end.
That was good.
It's
Tava
Timehausen.
I thought a great story, would have been like, okay, so since Scarlett hasn't been on I don't know where Scarlett's been at, but like they could have brought this into a story with him going up to the main roster. Okay, the reason why he lost the NXT title was because Scarlett wasn't there, and then they bring Scarlett back, and he's dominant again. Like,
I think that's the point, but it's just why?
I don't understand. Like a great character, and then they have to just make him. I don't understand what they're doing.
You can't introduce him as this dominant thing, and then be like, "Well, we were just kidding."
Yeah, I just don't understand. But it was a good match. I enjoyed it. Samoa Joe's the first ever 3-time NXT champion, which is pretty cool to see.
Tree time.
Tree.
It's genius booking, pal.
But I feel like Samoa Joe's gonna be like a transitional champion. That's how I feel like.
Yeah.
He's gonna drop the title whenever at the next takeover.
To Kyle's O'Reilly's.
I agree.
I actually agree with Casey for once.
O'Reillyhausen.
I swear, when you said Michael Tarverhausen, I was thinking it was, yeah, that's right. It's very evil, mother. Okay.
Mother trucker.
Very nice. Very evil, mother.
Any final
Somebody
thoughts?
call
Anyway?
my mama. Somebody call my
Nope.
mama.
All right.
Mama.
Solid
As
NXT takeover. It was
It
good.
was. As
Very good,
always,
very good.
coming up very, very soon.
It only
probably
took us an
in-
hour and a half to get through 36 takeovers. Awesome.
I know. See, we did good.
That's pretty
That's a
good.
record.
Pretty good.
It's a record. Another thing is too, coming up, we got the Baltimore Cold Show for the preseason aspect of things, probably next week, more than likely. And then of course we got to do our week 1 picks at some point. I don't know if we'll do it. We'll probably do it in 2 separate videos, more than likely.
I just want to do one full episode on Cole Beasley and how much of a moron he is, and the Titans,
He is a
and
former Cowboy.
Lamar Jackson and Kirk Cousins. And let's see, who else is not wanting to help their team out? No, but yes.
But as always, we will be back for more videos, podcasts coming up very, very soon. For everybody here, Justin, Casey, Adam, DJ, that's me. We'll see you guys on
The
next-
flippity dippity housing.
Somebody get their mans. Whose mans is this?
This has been not that. This has been the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast. The
Wrestling
only
podcast
that is
housing.
always,
And the
and
Juggernaut show.
always.
And instant
No!
classic housing.
My God.